All right, so this might be the next thing. I'm not sure. What this is a mixer. And you can see this got two inputs. We'll just say inputs. And we'll say this is input one, input two. My 9-volt supply going to it. 2 op amps here. That's going to be like channel 1 or channel 2. And then it's all blended together in this fashion with the extra op amp that you see. I don't know if this is going to be the next thing, but it is a mixer that I'm kind of after. I did some homework and was thinking that, I could use one of these. And so here's my sound generator, and it's going to make a noise as soon as I flip this switch. And you can hear it coming through the speaker. There's a problem. I cannot get input 1 to work. Input 2 is what we're going through right now at this point. So, is he going to let me do this? I don't know. I may end up going with a transistor. But you can hear as I mess with the toggle or the potentiometer over here, it does make some different sounds. And one more thing, these are 500K instead of being 100K. That might make a difference. I don't know. Got a project here, like I said earlier, may lead to something. Trying to build a mixer. And it took me a long time to figure out what was going on with why I wouldn't get the other channel. Came to the fact that this ground, which I had way up here, just needed to be transferred down to here. I don't know why it would not work, but as soon as I did that, and it took a long time to figure it all out, I'm going to go ahead and turn on this sound generator so you can hear the sound. So it works. Here's the sound generator over there. I can turn that dial, and it's coming through an amplifier. So that's one channel. So I was going through this jack right there. And so this is the second jack. And so this would be channel 1. This is channel 2. And I'm going to get the same thing. So, got 2 channels working. Is that what I can do is I can duplicate this op amp circuit right there. I'm going to turn that off. I can duplicate this op amp circuit. So it's been done once, twice. So if I can do that 8 more times, I'd have an 8-channel mixer. Is really what I'm shooting for. I haven't run a stereo through it or any channels, so that's the that's going to be on the horizon. So remains to be seen what could come of this. Anyway, let you see all what we're dealing with. And maybe we'll see. What I've done today, this mixer is 2 channels right now, 2 op amps, and then a summing amplifier down there. So that's how I'm going to do this mixer. I'm probably going to add a 3rd jack this evening. Might as well try to duplicate that circuit again. One thing I can prove is if I unclip this battery, you won't hear no sound. So if I can do that, see, that just kills it right there. So it is supplied through a battery. That does prove that. I took all evening pretty much to transfer one ADAT over here, and then it's got a way for me to record. So that's what it's all about, is being able to figure out how to monitor the channels. And you can see the channels moving on the ADAT. And I've got channel 3, channel 8, and channel 1 going. And if I take channel 8 you won't, it'll just drop the volume. You can't even hear anything. So there's a problem with the volume. I'm just going to leave that like that. And what that means is that the matching of the different channels. And with that said, the 7 and 8, which are these, were recorded with different types of microphones. So those were overheads. And then the rest of them were these close-up mics, like your dynamic mics, like the, Sures and all that stuff. So I'm thinking that's the reason that you get a good, strong signal out of channel 7 and 8, is because they were just recorded with those types of microphones. What I'm going to try to do is get a third channel, and my goal is to turn this thing into an 8-channel mixer so that I can use all 8 channels and then have volumes on all these just for my own purpose of recording. Okay, I started over. That's a different looking circuit than what we had before. I'm going to find out, doing it all wrong. And what I got here is all my resistors. So it's 8 channels now. And the way you do this thing is you just go through your resistors first. Those are all 10K resistors. And then I'll worry about building the op amp and all that stuff. But come to find out, it works even without a battery. So I don't have enough jacks. So I have come up with 4 jacks that are the inputs. And then I had something that I gutted a long time ago. Come to find out, I can use that as well. So I'm going to demonstrate it. So anyway, it's going to be kind of hard to do with one hand, but if I can, let's see, I'll take the drums down. So you heard the kick disappear. I mean, not the kick, I'm sorry. Overheads. And now the kick will be out of it. I can bring the bass down. And it gets everything loud. So I got to figure all that out. So I'm going to bring down the guitars now. So these potentiometers are doing what they're supposed to do. And the way the circuit was, originally, it had me going through these op amps. Now, I don't know what I'm doing half the time with some of these things, brand new. But this is going to be an 8-channel mixer. That was my goal. And I just about gave up on it. And but who knows? Might have something now. So I'm going to bring back the kick a little bit more. You can hear that kick now. I'll bring in the bass. I'm about to run out of song here. There's the bass. So you can hear the bass, you can hear the kick now. I'm going to bring in the overhead so that we get some snare going. Pot's a little scratchy. So I can mix it. And here comes the guitars a bit. So you just find your favorite settings and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, right now it's all resistors and the wires are going to 1 point only, and out of that it goes into the output jack and into an amp. So that's all I got for now, but It's a start. Okay, well, I was gonna make a video real quick about this thing. This is my very first circuit I ever built. Very first thing. I don't know how old it is. But it comes to this. I need parts off this thing. And so I've taken it out of its, these are Radio Shack parts. That's how it tells you how old it is. And I've got something that already does this, or even better. And this was the box that it was in, and I took it apart. And I thought about this over and over and over, just spinning it around in my head just to see if it would be worth doing. And there's just so much that I could use off of this. So I've decided to go ahead and just gut it, tear it apart. Basically what I got here is two 250K potentiometers right there. And this was a double circuit. And this thing right here does the exact same thing. All I'd have to have is the thing that gives me the harmonizer or the pitch shifter, which I don't have. And I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. That was early on. So anyway, moving on. This also has some toggle switches I could use. This has got that, where I could, if I wanted to use that for the delay project, the cicada delay, I could switch from a 1 UF to a 680 nanofarad. That was in some of the videos that I was taking. Some on-off toggle switches could be used for certain things. With the circuits that I got in mind that I'd like to do. Basically, I had 2 op amps in it. And there's a transistor in there, and I don't know. I'd have to look at my notes. It goes way back, like I said, but there's capacitors on there. Very simple, that's for sure. Not much to it compared to some of the circuits that we've seen here lately. Go ahead and tear it apart. I'm currently working on this mixer. That's why I want the parts, so that I can complete it. As you can see, I've got some loose connections that need to be taken care of. That's where these jacks come in. So that thing just sits over there and collects dust and does nothing. So I might as well put it to use. So anyway, that's what we got. See the picture of see the ADAT in the background. And I will be putting a mixer together with some of these components. Okay, so I didn't mean to work so long on this thing, but it just had to be done. There was I needed to go back and fix some of the wires, so I spliced some wires together so I could get the maximum inputs to this thing. I gutted the that circuit that I had, cleaned it all off. That's the board I'm going to be using. So going to put that to use. And the potentiometers are on there now. The extra jacks are there. Still need, think about 3 more jacks. There's an 8-channel mixer. This takes a lot to make it all happen. And about panning, that's going to be really difficult. It just takes more parts. It could be done. It's just going to take 8 more potentiometers to do that. And just extra circuitry. But it's passive. You kick, snare, 2 guitars, 2 overheads that I've just kind of spliced together. those will be independent channels also. Channel 4 is not being used, so therefore I need another jack.